connected.
Good evening. At this time, I'll call to order the organizational meeting for the Faribault Public Schools School Board here on January 5th, 2026. We welcome all of you in attendance and those watching online. Director Steves, do we have a quorum present?
Yes, Mr. Bellingham, there is.
Thank you. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, agenda item number 2 is approval of the agenda. Is there a motion for approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Thank you, Director Wolf. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Director Boudreau. Any discussion? Discussion. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Agenda item number 3, election of officers for 2026. So I'm going to go through a rationale and give some explanation here on how this is going to go through. So we will start. Before we begin this election of officers, once again, I'll briefly review the process. Board officers are elected one position at a time, beginning with the chair, followed by the vice chair, clerk, and treasurer. For each office, I will open the floor for nominations. Any board member may nominate another board member. A second is not required. I will call for nominations up to 3 times to ensure all members have an opportunity to nominate. Once nominations are closed, the board will vote. If there is only one nominee, that person may be elected by acclamation. If there is more than one nominee, the board will vote by roll call vote. When voting by roll call vote, each board member should vote for only one candidate by name. A majority of the votes cast is required for election. All actions will be recorded in the official minutes in compliance with the open meeting law. Once an officer is elected, the board will move on to the next office. After the chair is elected, the newly elected chair will preside over the remainder of the meeting. Are there any questions with that? So also, just for information, tonight all votes will be roll call as we anticipate Director Robichaud to be joining us remotely here shortly. So first, we will move to election of chair. We'll proceed with the election of chair for 2026. The chair presides at board meetings, ensures meetings are conducted in an orderly and lawful manner, represents the board in an official capacity as authorized, and performs other duties as required by law or board action. Nominations are now in order for office of chair. Director Knudsen.
I'll nominate John Bellingham.
Second.
We don't need a second, but thank you for that.
John?
But just in case.
In case.
John?
Are there any other nominations? Oh,
I think somebody's coming.
Director Robichaud, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. For some reason, my video is not connecting.
His
Okay,
video is not.
keep trying to connect your video because we do need to see you.
Okay, well, I'll try it again. I'm going to hang up and try it again.
Okay. I'll continue. Are there any other nominations for office of chair? Last request, are there any other nominations for office of chair? Hearing none, nominations are closed. I declare John Bellingham elected chair by acclamation. It's different talking about yourself in third person. The clerk will record this action in the minutes. Thank you. Next, and I also want to thank you for entrusting me with the office of chair. Election of vice chair. We will now elect the vice chair for 2026. The vice chair performs the duties of the chair and in the chair's absence carries out other responsibilities as assigned by the board. Nominations are now in order.
Mr. Chair, I would nominate Chad Wolf.
Chad Wolf has been nominated for office of vice chair. Are there any other nominations? Last call, are there any other nominations? Hearing none, nominations are closed. There being only one nominee, I declare Chad Wolf elected vice chair by acclamation. The clerk will record this action in the minutes. Election of clerk. We will now elect the clerk for 2026. The clerk is responsible for the official records of the board, including meeting minutes, notices, and other duties required by law. The board may designate staff to assist with these duties. Nominations are now in order.
Mr. Chair, I would nominate Ms. Steves to continue as the clerk.
Well, there's something wrong with the link because I've done it 3 times and it says waiting for someone to invite me in.
Can you send another link or invite to this, to Jerry, please? We're working on it, Director Robichaud.
Mr. Chair, I don't know if you heard that, but I nominated Director Steves.
I did,
for
thank
clerk.
you. Cassie Steves has been Cassie Steves has been nominated for the office of clerk.
I'm using the link that was sent to me and it says they're waiting to somebody to let me in.
We're working on it. Are there any other nominations?
Pardon? What?
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, nominations are closed. There being only one nominee, I declare Cassie Steves elected clerk by acclamation. The clerk will record this action in the minutes. Here we go. Election of treasurer. We will now elect the treasurer for 2026. The treasurer is responsible for oversight of district funds and financial duties required by law. The board may designate staff to carry out these duties. Nominations for treasurer are now in order. I would like to nominate Linda Boudreau. Linda Boudreau has been nominated for the office of treasurer. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, nominations are closed. There being only one nominee, I declare Linda Boudreau elected treasurer by acclamation. The clerk will record this action in the minutes. Closing, congratulations to the newly or refreshed elected officers. The board has completed the election of officers for the year and will now proceed with the remaining organizational meeting business. So agenda item number 4, board members, is policy 209, our code of ethics. So once again, I would encourage you to read through it, go through the different segments of that for informational purposes as we conduct our business in this meeting and throughout the year, both with our staff and our community. Any comments? Discussion? None? Okay. Agenda item number 5, we'll move forward here with the school board schedule of meetings. Is there a motion for approval of the school board schedule of meetings as supplied in your board book packet? Do I have a motion?
So move.
A motion, I believe, by Director Knudsen, or by Director Boudreau. Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you by Director Knudsen. Any discussion? The only thing I see is that in June, on Monday, June 1st, we have a work session. And then on Monday, June 15th is regular meeting. And if we go to July, we do it, there is a work session scheduled. That one may or may not be canceled. We don't know if we have a work session at that time. And then our regular meeting is, in July, is Monday, July 20th. So I'm just thinking about the time, the amount of time between Monday, June 15th, rather than Monday, June 22nd, or Monday, July 20th. And I know in talking with Mr. Benty, with that, we went every 2 weeks on the calendar. So I'm fine either way with that, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention. See, any thoughts on that or any other?
So I'm just noticing one conflict for myself in November. And it is also the canvassing of election. Is that required to be on the Monday following the election? I believe that's on the 2nd, 3rd.
The canvas?
It needs to be within a certain number of days of the election. Unfortunately, I don't remember what the number of days is.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's within that framework.
I believe it's within 7 to 10 days, yes.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's, excuse me, Mr. Chair, I'm thinking it's November 3rd, but I'm not sure.
Is
So
the,
that would be,
is the election?
that would be within that time frame then.
Time frame.
I'm not sure, though.
Okay.
I can look it up real quick.
So Tuesday, the 3rd,
Yes.
yep. So I don't know if we want to propose a different date, as I believe the clerk has to.
You have to certify the election results, yes.
We can talk about
Do
that.
that, or if I designate an acting clerk, that would suffice.
Okay.
Canvassing the election results, I would assume here, right? So
Yeah.
we're,
Perfect.
there, so probably should leave that the same there, so we're
Perfect.
sure within that time frame. But good point. Anything else? Discussion? Discussion? Okay, so there's a motion for approval of the school board schedule of meetings for 2026. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have committee assignments. It says action on it, but I'm just going to ask, wasn't the chair just appoints, I don't believe there is board action on this, correct? Correct. Not approval on it.
It says action. I don't know. Mr. Chair.
Pardon me? Okay.
And I got a text message from Jerry. He tried 2 different links and he's not able to join.
Okay. All right, thank you.
That means we can assign him to several committees.
Not here, you're going to get.
Ooh.
Okay, so committees. So here we go. It's going to be quick and easy. I'll just go through it. Here, Community Education Advisory Council. I'm just going to go your first and last name. I'm not going to call you director. Cassie Steves. Basically, they're all going to be the same as last year. Finance Committee, 3 of us, John Bellingham, Chad Wolf, Linda Boudreau. Policy Committee, Linda Moore, Cassie Steves. Facilities Committee, Linda Moore, Chad Wolf. Equity Committee, Candace Knudsen, Jerry Robichaux. Wellness Committee, Candace Knudsen. District Advisory Committee, Linda Boudreau, Jerry Robichaud, Cassie Steves. And then other committees, number of board members, Insurance Committee, John Billingham, Chad Wolf. Negotiations Committee, John Billingham, Linda Boudreau, Chad Wolf. Superintendent Evaluation Committee, John Bellingham, Jerry Robichaud, Linda Boudreau. Falcon Enrichment Education Program, FEEP, John Bellingham. It's a great committee to be on, 7 a.m. They're here, district office, great people. Our cooperative agreements, Alexander Park, Linda Moore. Ice Arena, John Bellingham. Soccer Committee, Chad Wolf. Minnesota State High School League, John Bellingham. Schools for Fair Funding, SAF is Jerry Robichaud. And Cannon Valley Special Education Cooperative, Jerry Robichaud. Those are the 2026 committees. Is there a motion for approval? So I have to do, Jamie, is motion and approval for the committees. Motion for approval of the committee assignments.
So moved.
Thank you, Director Wolf. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Director Steves. Any discussion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I just want a clarification. It's just that we're not looking at the committees, we're looking at the assignments, correct, for the
That's
committees?
correct.
Okay,
Who's being
Thank you.
assigned there is.
yeah, okay. Thank you.
Further discussion? Discussion, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Agenda item number 7, school assignments. So we're going to change that this year. I have it somewhere. Bear with me, please. There we go. School assignments. Once again, board members, if we assign these schools, again, the procedure protocol is to make an appointment with the administrator of the schools to visit the schools so they know you're coming, and so they can take you, sit down with you and discuss with you, and then take you on a tour if so they so wish or whatever. So the following schools this year, Jefferson Elementary, Candace Knudsen. Lincoln, Jerry Robichaud. Roosevelt, Cassie Steves. ALC, Linda Moore. Faribault Middle School, Linda Boudreau. Faribault High School, Chad Wolf. And if you notice, there was not a building for me or whatever like that, so the FEC and FOA is John Bellingham. And is there a motion for approval of the school assignments?
So moved.
I'll make,
Okay, is there a motion for approval of school assignments? Anyone?
I made a motion.
Okay, thank you for the motion, Director Steves. Is there a second?
second.
Second, thank you, Director Moore. Discussion, discussion, discussion. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. So either you as a board member or can read, and Ms. Kenny, I'm sure will inform the buildings as to who their board member representative is, and they can feel free to contact any board member with that, but anyway, or you reach out to them. Agenda item number 8, school board salaries. There we go. Recommendation is to consider approval of school board salaries set at $275 per month for directors and $300 per month for the board chairperson. So is there a motion for the recommendation of $275 per month for directors and $300 per month for the board chairperson?
So move.
Thank you, Director Wolf. Is there a second?
Second?
Thank you. Discussion.
Chair?
Director Moore.
Yes, with all of these salaries, okay, I'm, looking at the fast bridge scores. I don't really think we deserve a salary or even a raise, me included. In fact, a taxpayer sent this article to me dated January 4th that says record school spending fails to reverse declining test scores. If this were a business with our primary output as defined by achievement in reading, math, et cetera, we on the school board and the administrative probably would all be fired. In fact, the resolution is put forward already, but I'd like to see something put forth a resolution, and I can't do this now, I don't think, to put our salary at $1 per month until our achievement levels significantly increase. I'm not talking about graduation rates, but achievement rates. I'd like to see a freeze on administrative as well, and well, that's not germane to this. So I really think we really need to, many times when we meet here, we talk about all the good things, but our main goal is to have students that are graduate that are, acceptable levels of achievement in reading and math and in science. And right now, I don't really see that happening. I was disappointed about the fast bridge scores, and I think there needs to be accountability. And that's why I really don't think, me included, I don't think I deserve a salary. Thank you for the comments.
Mr. Chair, this is discussion, right?
Yes.
None of us has to take a salary, right? We
That is
can,
correct.
if we don't feel we deserve the time we've invested in having a salary, we can choose to refuse our salary, and some people do on this board. But I would like to know how other districts compare to our school board salary. I am concerned about getting good candidates on our board and people that have some knowledge, financial knowledge, ability to work together as a board in the future. This may not be the board we have next year. In fact, it won't be. We already know that it's going to change. So could you provide some context as to where we are with the Big Nine? What are other board directors bringing in for a salary? Right now, our salary is $275 a month. Now, then there's taxes taken out of that, obviously. So I just think that's something the public needs to know. And it's been this, how long has it been this amount? I mean, I don't know when there was last any compensation increase. I'm just looking, let's look at research. Do you have that, Mr.
I do.
Chair, by any chance?
Perfectly, and that's
Oh,
going to be my comments for
awesome.
this, that I've done some work, but I'm just going to refer to Director Wolf right now. I believe you being on the board now, this is your 12th year, correct? Starting your senior year. This salary has been set for, this might have been a small increase somewhere along the line, you said, but
Yeah, we might have gone from 250 to 275 on the general board members early in my tenure. This is my 12th year, and so I don't remember. I apologize. I don't remember the year if we did that, but yeah.
Mr. Chair?
So I'm going to answer Director Boudreaux's question first, since she directed it to me. So with the assistance of Ms. Kenny and Superintendent Benty, I asked them to give me school board compensation amounts for the Big Nine. And we're focusing on probably the 35 corridor here of Northfield and Owatonna. So what I did was I took In my averages, I took Rochester and threw them out. Rochester's school board salary is $16,000 a year, plus some other ones there. But if you consider the size, that, I mean, that's all 3 high schools. It's a huge district. I mean, absolutely huge there. Also, I threw out the Winona is traditionally a lower paying, very, very low there. For whatever reason, their board. So I threw the high and the low out. So I took an average, and the school districts I worked on then was Austin, Red Wing, Mankato, Owatonna, and Northfield. Took those 5 districts. And I took their directors. The director's salaries range anywhere from a high of $4,300 a year for directors to a low of $3,400. So I added all those up, divided by 5, so it comes to, the average in the Big 9 is, for directors, is $323 per month. And then looking at the data supplied to me, that some districts do offer different amounts for the clerk and the treasurer and the vice chair as well. I did not do that. I didn't just focus, went to the chair. The chair of those 5 districts, their range from anywhere from $5,600 a year. Again, a reminder, Faribault is $3,600 a year, $300 a month. But the high is $5,600 a year down to $4,300. $4,000 as the low. So in averaging those out for chair, the average per month, $4,820 per year, or $401 per month. Now, coming back to data for Faribault, for 6 directors, and so we budget here for the 6 directors here at $275 a month comes to $19,800 a year. And of course, the chair is $3,600 for a total of $23,400. The board has spent for salaries. And again, so then if you were to throw out some averages, et cetera, here, or there's where we're at. So if you wish to increase those amounts, or we can always say inflation. Some of you mentioned inflation, or trying to make this so with the amount of time people put in. I know a couple of us believe that this is community service, and we'll do what we're happy to be on here, working for the community, et cetera, but it is nice to be appreciated the amount of time and effort it does take. So, Director Boudreau, that's what I have come up with. I do have some other data there. If we increase them, if you want me to throw that out, I certainly would at this time.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to know where Faribault District sits on that
If we look at
average.
where we
Are
sit,
we at the bottom, or are we in the middle?
if we look, if I scanning this, if I include Winona and Rochester now, we are next to last. But in those, if I were to include us in those 5 districts and make it 6 districts, we would be the bottom, lowest paid board in the Big 9.
And Mr. Chair, if the increase went to the $325 per month, where would we be then?
We went to $325 for directors. I did a little math there. That'd be $325 a month, would be $3,900 per year, or a total of $23,400, as compared to $19,800 now per what we have now. So $325 would be $23,400.
Thank you for sharing that information.
If you want to increase the chair at any point, I just went by the lowest chair here, say $400 a month, that's another $4,800. So it would be total spent, if those 2 numbers came out, would be $28,200, or an increase of $4,800. I have asked Mr. Benty within our budget for the school board, and then we do have a budget because when we go to trainings or conferences or the MSBA conference, et cetera. Obviously, some of that payment comes out from the district. So we do have that in the budget. Some of us go to trainings things, some of us don't. Money is there. I've never been alerted at any time that we've been close to our budget or whatever. In fact, I don't even know what it is. So,
Mr. Chair.
Director Moore.
I just have a question. Okay, so it should be clear probably to the public too that when we go to conferences, we are not reimbursed any more than the regular amount, correct?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's
so-
correct.
Yes,
Pay
yeah,
for-
I
pay-
mean, it's not, because I think it's important for the public to know that, yeah, we get this monthly salary, but if we go to a conference, we do not get any more reimbursement or money. And so that's important, I think, for the public to know.
Mileage and lodging would be the only, and
Oh, correct.
and some meals as
Correct,
per what's
yeah.
in our policy.
But not any salary
And
or
no.
reimbursement.
Further discussion?
Mr. Chair, I would propose an amendment.
So you move to amend?
I would move to amend the salaries of the school board to 300, excuse me, 350 per month for directors and 400 per month for chair. And I think if we have members that wish,
Let's get a
Okay.
second, and then we'll discuss. Okay, so we have a motion to amend for salary set at $350 per month for directors and $400 for chair. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
I have a second by Director Knudsen. Now, back to you, Director Boudreau, discussion on the amendment.
Mr. Chairman, I think we owe it to our school district to have board members receive at least, not on the lowest on the totem pole. And from eliminating the lowest and the highest, the average remained at about close to 350, 323, I think was the average. It's still low compared to what the other schools are getting. And I don't think we need to be at the top, but I just think we should not be at the bottom. So I'm proposing this, see where it goes. I have no idea what the rest of the board thinks.
Okay.
But, we go.
Further discussion?
I
Director
just have a
Moore.
point of clarification. If a board member decides not to take a salary or reduced salary, where does that money go then? Just back into the,
I'm going to answer that, but I'm assuming it's back.
It just
stays
goes back
within
into the
budget.
general fund.
it goes back in the general fund?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So quickly, just doing a little math, here's some of you much better at math than I am, but from what my figures, it went 325 a month, so if you go 350 per month for directors, it's 25 extra dollars a month, that's $150. For 6 of them, it's $150, so then
Isn't it,
additional.
isn't it 75 more a month?
75, yes.
350
I
minus
went, I
275?
was going from my 325, what the information I
Oh,
gave
I'm
you.
sorry,
yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm
with
sorry.
that number. No,
I'm
but-
sorry.
Yeah, but it would be, you're right, it'd be 75, right?
Mr. Chair,
So it looks like to me it'd be another $1,800 a year.
can I amend my amendment to the average 325?
We can go you may amend the amendment.
I would just like to amend it to 325 for directors.
We're going to test the old Robert's rules here. on amendment. That's good.
Just want to be at the average.
Yes, okay. So we have an amendment to change the 350 per month for directors to 325. Is there a second to that motion to amend?
Second.
Thank you, Director Knudsen. Discussion on that, just going from 350 to 325. 350 to 325.
So we'd be going from 275 up to 325.
That is correct.
And then just point of 300 then for the chair to 400, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The motion to amend was for $350 for directors. The motion to amend is now $325. Is there any further discussion?
So, Mr. Chair, I'm a bit torn. I completely understand what Director Boudreau's saying, and I support her thoughts of people that put in the time and effort should be compensated. Obviously, from a percentage standpoint, it's a like 18% increase, give or take. At some point, and this isn't part of the amendment, but at some point, it might make sense to tie this to inflation or something so that you're not catching up, if you will, 3 years or 5 years or 8 years down the road, and then it seems like such a big jump. And I'm not saying we should do that now, but I'm just throwing that out there to people in the future. Maybe that conversation makes sense. I don't know. I fully agree with the standpoint of, we often compare ourselves and measure ourselves to the peers in the Big Nine, and I think you've done that. So thank you for that information. In the 12 years I've been on the board, there's always somebody that says the economy's no good. And that's just the way it is. Sorry, Director Moore. In the 12 years I've been on the board, there's always somebody that says the economy isn't good, that it's, that there's pain out there. And there is. I mean, depends on where everybody's at and employment and fixed income and all that type of stuff. So anyway, I totally appreciate where Director Boudreau's coming from, and honestly, I appreciate where Linda Moore, or Dr. Moore, Director Moore made her comments as well. So I'm torn, and I'll figure out my vote here shortly.
You ready for roll call on some of these? Because Director Robichaud isn't here, I haven't done those roll calls, but we will on this one. So the motion to amend is to go from the director's salaries to go from $350 to $325 per month, with the chair at $400 per month. Is there any further discussion? Okay, so a yes vote would be that you approve going from $350 to $325 on the amendment to amend. Okay, understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Director Clerk Steves, go ahead.
Linda Boudreau,
Aye.
Candace Knudsen,
Aye.
Linda Moore,
Aye.
Cassie Steves, aye. Chad Wolf,
Aye.
John Bellingham,
Aye.
passes 6-0.
So now we are back to our amendment to have the director's salary set at $325 per month and the chair's salary set at $400 per month. Any further discussion on the amendment? Once we get this amendment, then that'll become the official motion, and we'll vote on the official moment. So we're just voting on the amendment at this time.
What did we just vote on?
The amendment to amend.
Amendment.
I'm keeping this straight. I'm
Thank
keeping
you.
it straight.
Yep.
Yep.
Just
Everybody got that?
Yep.
Just a comment, I feel conflicted too, just like I would assume Mr. Wolf, Mr. Robichaud has historically declined a salary. We're not in it to get rich, clearly, but we do put in way more hours than, even my own family realized. So it's conflicting, but it is a little bit of an offset for the time and hours that I personally spend away from my families, and I know that all of us also do.
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to inform the community that we provide our own laptops, we provide our own phones, we print our own copies of the board meetings if we want to. There's no one that does that for us. And I just feel that it's almost negligible to expect that much out of boards without offering to at least put them in the running for the average payment of our area. I just think the public needs to know that. No one pays for our phones, no one pays for our computers, our internet, our ink. I think I spend $50 a month on ink. I might have the wrong kind of ink or something. So I am just putting it out there, the reality of what we're receiving for compensation and hoping that others would consider running for our board. That they're appreciated.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on the amendment to have the director's salary go from $275 a month to $325 a month, and the chair to go from $300 to $400? Any further discussion? We're just voting on the amendment, so that would become the main motion. Hearing none, Director Steves, we do a roll call once again, please.
Linda Boudreau,
Aye.
Candace Knutson,
Aye.
Linda Moore,
No.
Cassie Steves, aye. Chad Wolf,
Aye.
John Bellingham.
Aye.
Passes 5-1.
Okay, so now we have an original motion, back to a motion for approval of director's salaries to be $325 per month and the chair salary at $400 per month. Any final discussion? Now it becomes the main motion. Discussion. Discussion. Everyone's brought up very good points, valid reasons here, so again, some of us have discussed this for a few years. Any last discussion? Okay, Director Steves, roll call on this, please.
Linda Boudreau,
Aye.
Candace Knutson,
Aye.
Linda Moore,
No.
Cassie Steves, aye. Chad Wolf,
Aye.
John Bellingham.
Aye.
Passes 5-1.
Thank you. Motion passes 5-1. Thank you, board members. Just in summary, it's difficult to talk about your own salary, talk about compensation for yourself.
Yes, it is.
It is. Okay, agenda item number 9 is consider approval of business office annual resolutions 26-08 through 26-14 for fiscal year 2026. So there are, I believe, seven or eight resolutions. So the first one is resolution designating, I believe, depositories, correct? So is there a motion for approval of resolution 26-08?
So move.
Thank you, Director Boudreau. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Director Knudsen. Discussion.
Mr. Chair, I would like to recuse myself from this resolution as Reliance Bank is a participant in this resolution, so I will recuse myself.
Thank you, Director Wolf. Further discussion? I would like to just say that regarding depositories, et cetera, as chair and a member of the Finance Committee for many years, I have full confidence in all of the banks we have designated as depositories. Also, I would like to point out once again to the public and to our staff that Faribault Public Schools has the highest rating on our audit, and I have full confidence in our finance director, Barbie Raisler, and the finance department. And I think our finances show it, and so I just wanted to include that as within our discussion of depositories. Any further discussion?
I agree, Mr. Chairman.
Let's call for discussion. These all resolutions will be roll call, so Director Steves, go ahead.
Linda Boudreau,
Aye.
Candace Knutson,
Aye.
Linda Moore,
Aye.
Cassie Steves, aye. Chad Wolf recused. John Bellingham.
Aye.
Passes 5-0.
5-0 with one recusal.
Abstention.
Abstention's
Has-
different.
Has to be recused.
Right.
Has to be recused.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, next is designation of official publication. I need to get this up here. I don't have the. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Resolution 26-09 designating official publication. Is there a motion for approval of Resolution 26-09?
So move. Second.
Motion by Director Steves, second by Director Wolf. Discussion. Director Moore.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. From what I understand, the Faribault Daily News is the only publication in the area, correct? I think, yeah.
Yes.
And from my understanding, by approving this, we will be in the confines of the law, because it is a law, and thank you for giving me the statute. I guess the problem that I'm having is that a number of taxpayers don't subscribe to the Faribault Daily News. And because of this, I'm concerned that much of the information is not being dispersed to all constituents, especially the taxpayers and voters. And I think this is a problem, especially regarding transparency. And according to our Code of Ethics 2D4, one of our responsibilities is to hold ourselves accountable to the taxpayers. So I have two questions, and and I'll read them both, and then I think I'm going to ask Mr. Benty. How can we, as a school district, be held accountable if a number of taxpayers do not have access to what is happening in our district or at the school board meetings? Secondly, to keep us in congruence with the Code of Ethics, is there additional sources we can use, or are we using others besides the Faribault Daily News? Because my major concern is that not all taxpayers subscribe. And so I think as a school, we need to be held accountable to make sure that all taxpayers are informed, at least have access to it. So I'm guessing from the, the only, in the area, the Faribault Daily News is the only publication. But my question is, are we doing anything else to get this information out?
So, Mr. Chair, would you like me to answer that?
That's my question, so.
Wish to.
Okay, so the publication piece is following statute with
Yes,
Faribault Daily
correct.
News. There are certain things that have to be published in your local newspaper.
Correct.
All right, or I should say your designated publisher. So that is not the only way we get information out. These meetings are open to the public. So every single work session and every single business meeting is open to the public, and those times are posted. Those are posted on our website as well. So at any time, a member from the public can come and sit and listen to everything that we have to say. It's also streamed on YouTube. So all of our business meetings are streamed on YouTube. I'm talking right now. People are hearing me in their homes right now. So that is another way that information gets out. Another way is through our website, our social media content. So through Facebook, we send a lot of information out, not as much around board business, but more around what's going on in our schools. So there are other ways that we send information out. Parents are signed up through Infinite Campus to get information that is sent out from either their school principals or from me. So there are multiple ways that we send information out.
Thank you. So it's your opinion that much of this information is available to the public, not just through the Faribault Daily News, correct? Is that what you're saying?
I would have to understand what you mean when you say this information.
Well, especially what goes on at the school board meetings.
School board meetings business meetings are all live streamed. So
Yeah,
anyone in the
so
world
anybody can come in,
Yep.
and do you mention that sometimes too on the website, what happened? I think you do, don't you? At one point, you have I think you've started that where you mentioned kind of just summarize what happened at the school board meeting? I think I saw that once.
That goes to school staff. That does not go out to
Okay.
everyone in the community. I don't have access to everyone in the community's email. That only goes out to school staff to keep them informed.
Okay. Would it be possible to put that out just to on the website, general public, or not? Because my concern is that I want to make it as easy as possible for taxpayers to glean the information, especially with the school board.
Well,
So
board book is open to everyone that can go in and be able to see it, so that everyone can see the agenda that is out there.
Yes.
So my summary is just kind of roughly what the board decided to do.
So that can, if somebody doesn't have access to the Faribault Daily News, they could probably get that from what you're putting out then, correct? Taxpayers?
No, I would say they could get that from watching it on YouTube.
Or the minutes.
Or the minutes, yeah, that are
Okay.
posted.
And
they're
Superintendent
po-
Benty,
so-
what's on YouTube is taped. So somebody
Yes.
can go
Oh,
watch it
yeah.
at their convenience. They don't have
Anytime
to
they
watch it
want.
right now.
And
Correct.
they do have access to the minutes then,
Yep,
all taxpayers. Okay.
yep, minutes are
Thank
always
you.
posted as well.
Thank you for the clarification.
So my
Okay.
error, I should have went a little further in it, but obviously, the Faribault Daily News is designated within this resolution as the official publication for the school district for the 2026 calendar year. When people are talking about statute, we're talking about, by statute, we are obligated to publish in our local paper, and what's published are the notices and the minutes of the meeting. It is not, what the Daily News reports is not our business. Okay, it's usually in the legal part or whatever, but articles they write, whatever, that's their choice. That's the free press. But whether people choose to subscribe to the Daily News is their choice. Whether, if they want information, I would think in the year 2026 now, information is more accessible now than ever before. Go on the web, whatever. Call district office, come on in, meet with our staff. They're willing to share any piece of information we have. So, anyway. Yes.
Mr. Chair, yes, I'm satisfied that with the minutes, or that the general public have easy access to the minutes. I think that would be, I'm satisfied then. Thank you.
Any further discussion on Resolution 26-09? Hearing none, Director Steves, you do a roll call, please.
Linda Boudreau,
Aye.
Candace Knutson,
Aye.
Linda Moore,
Aye.
Cassie Steves, I, Chad Wolf,
Aye.
John Bellingham.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0.
Very good. Thank you. 9C, authorization of use of facsimile signatures, Resolution 26-10. Is there a motion for approval of Resolution 26-10?
So moved.
Thank you, Director Steves.
Second.
Thank you, Director Boudreau. And once again, whereas the district, we issue excess of 1,000 checks in each month for payment, and then the use of facsimile signatures of the clerk, the chair, and the treasurer on payroll account checks and treasury accounts be authorized. That's what this is about. Any discussion? 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 Hearing none. Director Steves.
Linda Boudreau,
Aye.
Candace Knutson,
Aye.
Linda Moore,
Aye.
Cassie Steves, I, Chad Wolf,
Aye.
John Bellingham.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0.
Thank you. Resolution 26-11, authorizing the payment of claims between board meetings. Is there a motion for approval of Resolution 26-11? Also move that motion. Is there a
Second.
second? Second, Director Boudreau. So this would be sometimes payment of salaries, fringe benefits, and partial settlements of contracts awarded by the board often come due between board meetings. Therefore, it's resolved that Barbie Raisler, Director of Finance Operation, is authorized to make payments prior to board approval of claims that cannot be deferred until the next board meeting because of loss to the district or discount privileges because of such contract terms, as stated in board book. Any discussion? 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 Hearing none. Director Steves.
Linda Boudreau,
Aye.
Candace Knutson,
Aye.
Linda Moore,
Aye.
Cassie Steves, I, Chad Wolf,
Aye.
John Bellingham.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0.
Good. Resolution 26-12, authorizing petty cash funds. Is there a motion for approval of Resolution 26-12?
I so move.
Thank you, Director Moore. Is there a second? Thank you, Director Boudreau. So this is the district's petty cash procedures, part of the district's procurement and purchasing procedures manual. Defines what may and what may not be procured through petty cash, and establishes responsibility for managing petty cash, and then as listed there as per board book. Any discussion? 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 Hearing none. Director Steves, please.
Linda Boudreau,
Aye.
Candace Knutson,
Aye.
Linda Moore,
Aye.
Cassie Steves, aye. Chad Wolf,
Aye.
John Bellingham.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0.
Thank you. Resolution 26-13, authorizing the purchase, sale, assignment, and transfer of investments. Is there a motion for approval of Resolution 26-13?
So moved.
Thank you, Director Wolf. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Director Steves. This one is, I guess what it says, authorizing the purchase, sale, and assignment transfer of investments. And it's Barbie Raisler, Director of Finance and Operations, is authorized to purchase, sell, and assign and transfer investments subject to the provisions of Minnesota statutes 118A, and to execute any and all instruments necessary, proper, or desirable for the purpose. Discussion? Discussion, hearing none. Director Steves?
Linda Boudreau,
Aye.
Candace Knutson,
Aye.
Linda Moore,
Aye.
Cassie Steves, aye. Chad Wolf,
Aye.
John Bellingham.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0.
Resolution 26-14, appointing responsible contract authority. Is there a motion for approval of Resolution 26-14?
So moved.
Thank you, Director Wolf, second by Director Boudreau. This one is, would be Jamie Benty, Superintendent, and Barbie Reisler, Director of Finance and Operations, are appointed responsible contract authority for Independent School District 656. Discussion? Director Steves?
Linda Boudreau,
Aye.
Candace Knutson,
Aye.
Linda Moore,
Aye.
Cassie Steves, aye. Chad Wolf,
Aye.
John Bellingham.
Aye.
Passes 6-0.
Thank you. Agenda item number 10, consider approval of Resolution 26-15, designating the local education agency LEA representative. So is there a motion for approval of Resolution 26-15?
So moved.
Thank you, Director Boudreau. Is there a second?
Second?
Thank you, Director Steves. This is the designation, resolution designating Julie Hull, Director of Teaching and Learning, as the superintendent's designee to act as the local education agency LEA representative for the Faribault Public Schools for 2026. Discussion? Director Steves?
Linda Boudreau,
Aye.
Candace Knutson,
Aye.
Linda Moore,
Aye.
Cassie Steves, aye. Chad Wolf,
Aye.
John Bellingham.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0.
Very good. Agenda item number 11, consider approval of resolution 26-16, designating Jamie Benty as identified official authority for the Minnesota Department of Education secure websites. Is there a motion for approval of resolution 26-16?
So moved.
Thank you, Director Boudreau. I will second that. This one, obviously, as it says here, we designate Superintendent Jamie Benty as identified official authority for the Minnesota Department of Education secure websites. Discussion? Director Steves?
Linda Boudreau,
Aye.
Candace Knutson,
Aye.
Linda Moore,
Aye.
Cassie Steves, aye. Chad Wolf,
Aye.
John Bellingham.
Aye.
Passes 6-0.
Very good. Agenda item number 12 is consider naming the board's legal counsel and authorize contacts. Recommendation is for approval, consider naming Ratwick, Rozak, and Maloney, PA as the board's legal counsel for 2026 and authorize the school board chairperson, superintendent, and superintendent designees to contact the school district attorney for consultation and information. Motion for approval, naming Ratwick, Rozak, and Maloney, PA as the board's legal counsel and authorize contacts. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Director Wolf. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Director Knudsen. Discussion?
Mr. Chair?
Director Moore?
I guess I personally would like to see more options presented, but however, I know Jamie and John, Mr. Benty and Mr. Bellingham, since you are the ones that are authorized, correct, to contact legal counsel, what is your opinion of their performance? Have they answered your questions, whenever you call them in a timely and concise manner? I'd just like your opinions on that.
Do you want me to go first, or you want?
Whenever you want me to talk.
Okay. I will say from my chair, probably, I'm going to say 4 to 6 times that I've had to contact legal, Margaret Skelton as our attorney. They've been very prompt, very professional. We've done video calls, et cetera. They know school law. To me, that very important. They know school law. We've had a good working relationship with them. They understand us, and I believe their rate, we even have a rate that's very reasonable for that. So I highly, I come with a very high recommendation of Ratwick. So Superintendent Benty?
I would echo that. It's an amazing relationship that we have with them. Unfortunately, I probably am on the phone with them at least monthly. But beyond that, they also offer law seminars for us free of charge. So those are things that we're able to attend because we are signed up with them, which are immensely helpful as well. And it's not even just the school law piece, it's the special ed law piece of it, that they have a special ed case person that is just an amazing wealth of knowledge. So I would be very concerned if we went with anyone else, so.
Okay. Mr. Chair,
Director Moore?
are you the only two then that contact or is there someone else in our district that is authorized to contact the?
So the way it would work is that Mr. Bellingham is allowed to contact them as chair, or I'm allowed to contact them as superintendent. There are times where I will have a principal reach out to them about it, maybe an issue in their building, and I always tell the principal, when you call, you say that you have my permission to call. So
Okay,
that
thank
way,
you.
yep.
Further discussion? Last call for discussion. This is not a roll call, so we'll do that. Hearing none, there is a motion for approval of the board's legal counsel and authorized contract. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Agenda item number 13, consider bid approvals for the McKinley site. Is there a approval for the McKinley ALC remodel bid?
So move.
Thank you, Director Boudreau. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Director Moore. Discuss, and Ms. Raisler, I'm going to ask you to come up and go over this information, please. In board book, we have a recommendation, the ISG letter, and also the bid tabulation, board members, general members of the public. So, Ms. Raisler, go ahead.
So what you have included in your packet, as you just pointed out, Chair Bellingham, is the recommendation from our facilities director, Kane Smith. And we are working with ING, who assisted with our bid tabulation. Their letter is included recommending Knutson Construction for the base bid amount of $1,288,000, and that is to then complete the remodel of the McKinley building to turn it from a pre-K learning center into an ALC center. So the bid tabulation is also included, and so you will see on the bid tabulation that Knutson Construction was the lowest bid that was able to put in their bid for our project. So you also have the recommendation from ISG stating that they feel very confident that Knutson Construction understands the project scope and that they will do a good job remodeling our McKinley building into an ALC.
Further discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I hope the rest of the board is as excited as I am about having this site remodeled and be able to be utilized by our ALC. We've been waiting for this, right? A long time. I think it's awesome. I'm sure the ALC staff is excited too.
I would concur.
Yeah.
Further discussion? Barbie, thank you for your work on this.
Yes.
And Kane as well. Kane.
Great job.
Further discussion? We have a motion for approval of the McKinley ALC remodel bid. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Agenda item number 14, dates to remember. It'll be Tuesday, January 20th at 7:30 a.m. is the Finance Committee. Monday, January 26, 2026 is the regular business meeting. Also, I believe, is it tomorrow, the Policy Committee, or am I wrong? I'll just go.
Policy is in
February,
February.
thank you. So, no. Okay. Agenda item number 15, is there a motion to move to a closed session as permitted by Minnesota statute 13D.05 subdivision 3C for the sale of property located at 2855 First Avenue Northwest, Faribault?
So move.
Second?
Thank you, Director Boudreau, and seconded by Director Wolf. Is there any discussion? Discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We will go into closed session. We're going to take a 5-minute break here, so we'll go into closed session here at 7:45. I'm sorry, 6:45. Wrong time, 6:45, and then we'll reconvene.
John, do we need our